Welcome to State Television Company, Western Armenia. Broadcast for today. The 48th session of the Government Council of the Republic of Western Armenia. Baku's policy was very clear. Vardine, Grigoryan. A protest against COP29 in Montreal. Marash, 1920. History of betrayal. Leaders of many countries refused to go to Baku to participate in COP29. It is injustice to hold COP29 in Baku. Gyar village memorial. On 11 November, the 48th session of the Government Council of the Republic of Western Armenia took place. President of the Republic of Western Armenia, Ms. Lydia Markosyan, delivered the opening speech. She emphasized that Western Armenia is participating in all the important events and activities taking place in the world. She reminded them that they sent a congratulatory message to Donald Trump on the occasion of his election as the U.S. President. Ms. President informed that they are planning to perform an important event in different countries under the flag of the Republic of Western Armenia. In the session, Ms. President reminded about the event related to Woodrow Wilson's arbitration decision to be held on 22 November. Then, President of the National Council of the Republic of Western Armenia, Mr. Armine, led the session. Mr. President referred to the 2025 budget of the Republic of Western Armenia. He spoke mainly about the two branches of the budget of the Republic of Western Armenia. The first refers to the event organized by Western Armenia, and the second related to the projects of the Republic of Western Armenia. Mr. President emphasized, I am quoting here, "We value keeping and developing the Republic of Western Armenia, and it is very important that Western Armenia should exist in our hearts." Mr. President also spoke about the important function of the Ministry of Law. He mentioned that the Ministry Department of Law will continue to file lawsuits to the European Court of Human Rights. The Law Department should focus on the judicial affairs. The political situation should support the implementation of these judicial cases. In order to protect our rights, we must unite with our culture and identity. We will protect the rights of the indigenous Armenians of Western Armenia, concluded his speech Mr. President Armine. Baku's policy was very clear, very systematic, and completely aimed at making it impossible for Artsakh Armenians to live in Artsakh, said Vardine Grigoryan, head of programs of Helsinki Civic Assembly in the Vanadzor office. According to the speaker, Baku aimed to reach a situation where people would have no choice but to leave the territory. Interviews for the preparation of the report showed that after the war 2020, the presence of Russian peacekeepers was a restraining circumstance, so many people returned to Artsakh, began to restore and repair their lives in the area that were under the control of the Armenian government and Russian peacekeepers. Although it was agreed upon, the ceasefire was still violated. Young people in Montreal expressed their protest against Baku to hold COP29. Less than 24 hours after the start of the 29th UN Climate Change Conference in Baku, dozens of activists in Montreal expressed their displeasure over the choice of the host country. Young people expressed their protest not with traditional marches and slogans, but with different manifestations of different fields of art. We are here to protest the COP29 not because we are against environmental protection, but because the host country is a dictatorial country that has committed crimes against humanity and is hiding behind greenery, said Aliag Malkasyan, one of the organizers. The purpose of the protest was to condemn the selection of Azerbaijan to host the COP29 on the one hand, due to Azerbaijan's genocide carried out against the Armenian people and the use of white phosphorus, and on the other hand, the exploitation of large oil reserves. Ion Nersesyan, one of the organizers, led the war about this. On the occasion of the 18th anniversary of the self-defense of the Marash Armenian community of Marash of Western Armenia, the president of Marash Patriotic Union of Buenos Aires, Dr. Pascal Carlos Ohanian, published a report and summarized those tragic events. The history of Marash begins with the Roman Empire and goes through many conquests. However, at the end of the First World War, when the Ottoman Empire was capitulating, Anglo-French secret agreements aimed to divide its territories. Marash was surrendered to France, but English troops were already stationed in Marash, causing tension between the allies. In February 1920, instead of taking control of the city, the French military, consisting of mainly of the Armenian Legion, secretly began an evacuation, ignoring the safety of the Armenian population. This withdrawal of French troops had tragic consequences. Turkish forces recaptured the city, as a result of which thousands of Armenian residents died. This move is remembered as one of the most extraordinary episodes in history, a testament to justice and priority of diplomatic interest over human lives. Telegram post of Tatevi Kayapetyan, a former deputy of the CP, former member of the Armenian delegation to the peace, Azerbaijani expert. She informed the leaders of many countries refused to go to Baku to participate in the COP29. Usually these international conferences attended at the level of first or second parties. At the moment, Aliyev enjoyed the company of the president of the Belarus and the president of Serbia, the president of Iraq and the president of several different islands. The president of Iran had also confirmed his participation, but now there are rumors that he will not arrive because the leaders of many countries refused to go to Baku. Erdogan also promised Aliyev to be present. The leaders of other countries have largely refused to participate in this event, which is hosted by the head of an authoritarian regime who carried out ethnic cleansing. Let's not forget that Baku is hosting this event thanks to Yerevan. On 11 November, the UN COP29 climate change summit started in Baku, which caused dissatisfaction, especially in the Armenian community. Baku's latest aggression in Artsakh in September 2023, which Armenia responded with as ethnic cleansing, has raised questions about the fairness of holding such an important event in that country. The representative of the Armenian community of Dromardèche, Grigoryan, says that he considered this disgusting step, which allows Azerbaijan to improve its international position, while instead in Baku should have been condemned for human rights violations. He adds that Azerbaijan aggression creates danger for Armenia, especially through possible new attacks. This is the victory of business over human rights, says Zayan. French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz did not participate in COP29. COP29, which continues until November 22 in Baku, continues to generate controversial reactions, especially regarding the fairness of the climate change summit venue. Gyar, an Armenian village, was located in Khamur province of Erzurum Vilayet in Western Armenia. The village left deep memories about Western Armenia. In 1915, the inhabitants of Gyar were forcibly displaced, and their fate was repeated like the fate of thousands of Armenian villages and towns. Hundreds of women, children, and old people died on their way to exile in the atrocities organized by the Turkish troops. The story of Gyar is a fragment of the great and deep pain that the population of Western Armenia experienced, losing everything except their memory. Dear viewers, this was all for today. I wish you a good day. Goodbye.